How I became wealthy and how I keep increasing my wealth, my exact business game plan. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make the complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can do them. If I can do it, you can do it. Before we kick it off, I want to help as many human beings as possible because I want you to experience the same thing that I'm experiencing: financial freedom, spiritual freedom, mental, family, all those things. So I have two amazing resources for you. Number one is the free 16-page guide to the Warrior's Plan to Wealth. It's my exact blueprint that I'm breaking down this week. It's in the description of this video. Number two is a free one-on-one with my licensed insurance team, my wealth protection team, which we teach you how we insure, compound, and grow our wealth with insurance. The banks own a ton of insurance. We teach you why they own the insurance. Okay. So that's one of our biggest pillars of our wealth. So if you're worried about your 401k, or you're worried about your retirement or your cash and learning how to secure it, set up a one-on-one consultation and we will help you guys out. Okay. Description of this video or in my social media platform, you get the free guide, or you can set up a one-on-one consultation with my licensed insurance team, or both. Okay. So yesterday's video, I'm looking at a paper here, and these videos are a little bit different this week. I'm currently, as you're listening to this, these are pre-recorded, obviously pre-recorded, as I'm sitting in a garden in Peru on my deep spiritual journey. I do it every single year. I go out there. Last year, I completely ghosted social media, but this time I decided to pre-record so I can continue to share information. I also want to see how you guys like these types of videos, more educational, deeper into what I do versus just reporting the news. If you do like this context, I'll do a couple videos like this per week. I love educating people. That is my favorite thing to do. I'm a generator in human design. I'm supposed to go forward, forge a trail, make mistakes, build safety, come back and teach. I don't know if this stuff will work for you, but this is work for me. If you haven't listened to my video on Friday, which was on November 3rd, I told you my full personal story. Yesterday's YouTube video, I talked about my crypto game plan, and this, my business game plan, is what's helping me become very wealthy. Now, what is wealth, right? I want you to understand that if you're in America, you're one of the luckiest people in the world for this context. Guys, if you make, I think, $30,000, if you look at I think it's 30 grand. If you look at the world, if you make about $30,000, you're in the top 1%. In America, it takes about 500, around, I think it's $518,000 per year to be in the top 1% in America. And in net worth, it's 11.5 million. Okay. So today we're going to talk specifically about money. This isn't a spiritual conversation, but we're going to talk about money and how I went from completely broke off my parents' couch to building wealth. And now, about in the next cycle, which I call 2024 to about 2030, is a generational wealth building cycle, which I'll now pass down onto my family, which is our legacy, which is our trust in our family office. Okay. So 2020, if you listen to the Friday YouTube video, I explained to you my full story, so I'm not going to recap that whole thing. But business is something that I've always been intrigued in. So I left corporate America and I got rocked, guys. I thought I was going to explode in business. I started a 3T Fitness, which was a fitness facility, is a fitness facility that still exists. We have 3T Warriors. It's branded into 3T Warrior Academy. So we have a fitness arm of our company. We have a supplement arm. We have a company called Blockheads, which created Merlin. So we have Merlin. We have Blockheads. I have Freedom Asset Management Group. I have my Freedom Insurance. I have Refined Integrity, which is a beard company. I'm trying to think of all the companies that we have. Those are the ones off the top of my head right now. So I have my insurance company, my academy, 3T Warrior Academy, our education academy. We have Merlin, we have Blockheads, we have Refined Integrity, we have our supplement company, we have our facility, our gym and our facility, and we have other companies that we've backed off of in regards to equity. So why do I bring this up? And I want to explain to you how radically my life has transformed and how I do business. Okay. I think that's really important because everybody's telling you about passive income and get rich quick and all this stuff, guys. There really is no true passive income. I mean, yeah, there is where, maybe you start a real estate property and then you get people to manage it. Yes, that is passive, but everything has some sort of activity to it. And, do you really want to just do nothing the rest of your life? So my point behind this is, yes, I'm in more of a passive income state where I have money that comes from multiple sources, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I'm actively managing my businesses. Now there's a big stark transition from 2020 to where I'm at now, and I'll take you through those stages. And I'm only going to speak from the paradigm I'm at. And I love doing these videos because I get to look back on these and see how far I've come. If you look back at my videos in 2020, I've grown a lot in maturity and wisdom, right? So in 2020, I was working inside of my business. I was training I was working 19 hours a day, training 9 sessions a day. I was inside the business. Okay. I actually went through Alex Hermosi's gym launch program, which was Alex Hermosi to me is one of the top business coaches in the world, bar none, one of the best in understanding how to just understand business. I went through his coaching program, which was gym launch. Take away the fact of learning how to scale a gym, his acumen and understanding. If you go, you should all go get the book $100 million Leads. His acumen and his business knowledge is so superior to most human beings. It just is. That is his specialty. Just like mine is macro microeconomics and connecting spirituality and understanding human behaviors. His is business, right? So I took a lot of almost all of his principles, and I took them into my other businesses. So basically, from the gym part, is I scaled myself up. I brought on trainers and I started to scale my gym portion of it. Well, I moved that into the Warrior Academy when I got rocked and ended up back on my parents' couch. I took the education I was learning from crypto and I took my education from the current paradigm, showing people the step process I took from getting off my parents' couch to wealth. And I created what's called an education academy. So that was the number one thing that I focused on, was creating education platforms, which all of you can do. But here's my caveat and my warning to you. Don't create anything to make money. Always create something that you're passionate about, that you would do if you didn't get paid a dime for it. That's really important, because I didn't get paid a dime for it for a very, very long time. I didn't go viral until 2020. I posted 17,000 times from 2017 to 2020. And then we went absolutely viral in 2020. And from 2020 to 2023, I have not stopped any of those activities. I have consistently posted 7 times a day across all platforms, and probably even more. That's me personally: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And I would rightfully stand on a mountaintop and say I'm probably one of the most consistent people that I've ever met. Discipline, consistency, doing the same actions. But here's the difference. And so what I did was I scaled myself out of being in the businesses to running the business. So here's my specialty. So I built businesses based on who I am. I created a beard company because it's something I enjoy. I love men's grooming products. So I created Refined Integrity, which is in its inception. It's on Amazon now. I created my Freedom Asset Management Group, which manages my companies and my assets. I got licensed in insurance because I absolutely love insurance. Do you see? I'm doing everything that I love, and I'm following my human design. Now, most people aren't going to talk about this, but we have one of the most amazing human design practitioners in history, which is May Warner, who is on our team. And she taught me my human design about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. It radically transformed my life. So I'm what's called a peer generator. So I'm supposed to go forward. Think about what I do for a living. I'm supposed to go forward, forge a trail, build safety, make mistakes, come back and teach. And so exactly what I'm doing, I'm teaching you from the current paradigm that I'm at, right? So why is business so important? Or why is maybe buying equity in a company so important? The key to is understanding is, where is that company going? Where has it been? Where is it going? And is it innovated into the future? Okay. So we focus on information, technology, and attention. Attention is social media, grabbing attention off social media, right? Sharing educational things that actually impact people's lives. Okay. And then we have technology, which would be blockheads, which is helping people build apps and helping people like Merlin, things like that. Okay. So I want to share with you guys the biggest way to beat inflation is understanding how businesses scale, model them to grow, and model them to sell. Okay. And these are all things I learned from Alex Hermosi in that short stint that I went through his program. And I read all of his books as well. So I highly recommend you go follow Alex Hermosi. You dive into his content. I'll actually put his description down here in this video, or his YouTube channel. But that's where a lot of, so for example, people are like, oh, crypto. Okay. So cryptocurrency is a very speculative asset. I made a large amount of money in a short amount of time, but I had an exit plan. I was able to put money into some equity, into some other things. Okay. Business is where I increase my earned income. The insurance company right now is one of my biggest earners, one of my biggest incomes coming in right now. Just being transparent with you guys. I'm also looking for agents. If you want to join my team, click the description down below. So, because I'm very passionate about it. That's why it's working. So why is that working? I want to bring up the insurance portion of it. It's called the trust curve, right? So I radically beat the trust curve because for 3 years before I ever went into business and doing my own insurance and having my own insurance team, is I referred it for 3 years. I've been talking about it for 3 years. So I didn't go and get licensed and go into insurance and started teaching people tax code 7702, because I wanted to make money. I got licensed because I enjoyed the product so much. I wanted to understand it deeper. Then I realized there was a great opportunity not only for me to educate people, but to bring other people on my team and to help free them financially by providing financial education. The reason why I keep bringing that up is going back to who you truly are. So I want you to think about your job, your career, your business. Did you start a smoothie shop just because the franchise was making money and you thought that you'd make a ton of money? Because it's exciting in the beginning, but once you get into the grind, you have to ask yourself are you willing to do it when you're not getting paid for what you need to do? Right? So all the companies that I do are all things that I enjoy to do. Beard company, insurance company. It's my thing, man. I love understanding economics and helping people financially, right? I'm an ex-banker as well. The Education Academy, our Warrior Academy, it's my favorite company we have because we have like-minded individuals in a tribe that are rising up. We also have our Gen Shifter program where I privately coach people. One of my favorite things to do is meet with them on Mondays and Thursdays, right? I have my beard company. I'm obsessed with men's grooming products, so I created my own organic men grooming products. So that is a great way for you to build wealth. Now, the warning I have for you guys is be very, very careful. There's a lot of bullshit out there, okay? There's a lot of con artists. There's a lot of people telling you how to make money online who have never made money online. Okay. And so understanding how radically you can transform your life is to understand the system. Mentorship is extremely important. I hired Alex Hermosi's gym launch, and that was probably one of the best things I ever did. One of the best things I ever did, right? I don't think you can even hire him as a coach anymore. I think they just do equity with acquisition.com. But my point behind this is that's a true wealth builder. Cryptocurrency is not your retirement, guys. Innovating, solving massive problems for humanity is how you truly, truly, truly build wealth. So if you think about business, I want you to think of it differently. I want you to think, what do I love to do? And in what I love to do, is there anything that I could solve a big problem for humanity? And if you can think it, you can create it. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes your unconscious activity. Guys, if you can see it, you can create it. So one of the last things I want to leave you with is scaling. When you start your own company and you leave corporate America, you're trying to move from trading time for money into using money to free up time. So when you get into a company, don't be afraid to expand and scale and putting people into positions and empowering them to do the jobs to free up time so you can run the companies. So now the position that I sit now in 2023 transition to 2024, I work from home from a computer, a laptop, and an iPhone. I travel wherever I want. I have meetings with my CFO and COO who run the companies. So I'm completely free from any time-space reality other than doing YouTube videos and content. So that's what freedom is all about to me. I now am helping other people with my insurance company become wealthy. And at the same time, they get wealthier, I get wealthier. My clients get wealthy, my team gets wealthy, I get wealthy. Do you see how that works? You can empower other people, but you want to scale yourself to a point where other people are trading the time for money. That's the key for it. There are people who want to do processing. There are people that want to work and trade time for money, and that's okay. Okay, so I just want to bring that up. I just want to share with you guys and be more fully transparent. So on Friday, I talked about my full story. Monday, my crypto game plan and what made me rich in crypto. Remember, I say rich versus wealthy because rich is quick money, right? That doesn't mean wealth. Wealth is where business is where I keep each quarter my earned income keeps going up. And I've been very transparent on my YouTube videos. So I went from broke on my parents' couch in 2020 to last year, my tax return, don't quote me on this, was just like 318,000 in 2022. And if I keep pacing the way I'm pacing, my goal was to get to 500,000 in the top 1%. And I should hit it. I should get really, really close to about 500,000, which will be 500,000 earned income. Okay. And my assets have grown pretty dramatically and the value of our companies have increased dramatically. So my goal by the end of 2024 is to be at 1 million in personal income and then to be in the top 1% by 2030 at 11.5 million liquid completely, or it would be liquid net worth, net net worth, right? So it gives me about 4 years to get that going. It probably happened a lot more rapidly. I'm being conservative, but if I can do it, you guys can do it, guys. I have dyslexia. I was a drug addict 17 years ago, got the shit kicked out of me, but I worked hard. I was disciplined. I was consistent. And the most thing that I've done is I followed my design. I'm doing businesses that align with me. I'm aligning myself with like-minded individuals. And I truly, truly love what I do. So I don't work a day in my life. So I hope that information reaches you well. Hopefully it kind of gives you a framework of who I am and why I run my businesses and why I do what I do. But I would love to help you out if we can help you out insurance wise. If you want to join our insurance team as well, we're expanding very rapidly. We're one of the fastest growing teams in this company. We are actually one of the fastest growing teams, and it's going to continue to grow that way because the trust curve, right? We're using the product for 3 years and we know that it works. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you guys.